Welcome back, everybody. Time now for our new segment, Kids Under Construction, with author and parenting journalist Donna Tatro. On Monday, we chatted about how to talk to our little ones about traumatic events like what we saw on the attack on the Capitol. And on Monday, we learned that we need to connect with our kids, limit access to news, focus on what our children can do, deep dive into empathy, and then we continue to talk about flexibility being our power. You can see there, right there, those topics we talked about. Let's bring Donna back here because she is joining us here on this Friday to talk about our older kids. So Donna, I guess our first question today is, do those same rules apply when we're talking to our teenagers?
Hi, Emily. Well, some of them do. We want to connect, but we really want to make sure that our teens are on this separate connection and conversation. So it is really important to separate them out.
So let's first talk about if there needs to be a serious conversation. So what signs might indicate that your child or teen is suffering negative effects from all of this unsettling news, seeing those pictures, which are unsettling for all of us, but what should we be watching for in these teenagers specifically?
Well, we really need to look and find out whether or not they are in their joy. Are they filled with their passions, or are they retreating from that? Because really, if they're not happy in what their normal everyday life is, then there's something going on. But we have to remember, they're in a pandemic. They haven't been able to be in their passions or really fill their joy because they can't see friends in person, they can't be at school. So if there's something more that you're seeing within this pandemic that we've been in for a year now, if that joy is really being pulled back. Also, isolation. Kids are isolating. So we know about video games. We know video games can isolate our kids if teens are moving into that room and just on that video game by themselves. But if they're connecting on the video games with friends and with siblings, then that's not an issue. So we really want to look to see if our kids are isolating. And honestly, we know our kids best. If our kid seems to be suffering, that is a clue that we need to start asking questions and figure out what's going on.
Let's talk about those questions and that discussion if that's something that your child needs. Can you get all of your kids together and have a big discussion with everyone, or do you need to split them up depending on their age groups to talk to them directly?
Yeah, we really do need to split them up, because if we put them into three categories, if you have the very young ones, we know from Monday, we talked about the fact that kids should not have access to that news. It's just not developmentally proper for them. But you get into this kind of tween area where it's 10 to 12, we're trying to limit that news, but we also have to know that they're talking to their friends and they're overhearing what their parents are saying or what the parents are looking at. So we need to meet them where they are, ask them what they know, and don't give any more information than they need. But when it comes to the teens, always assume that they know everything, but know that they don't have the full picture of everything. And so you want to help them understand what a source is, where's this coming from, asking them questions about this. And it's really important to not lecture our teens. Our teens need to feel like they're part of a conversation with us and that we're trying to figure out together what's happening and how they're feeling.
I love that. And I love how you point out, let's figure out what our source is. Where are we getting this information to make sure that's correct from the very beginning? Now, when you have these discussions, our kids need to open up and they need to be vulnerable and talk about some really heavy topics. So what is the best way to go about that? Because getting your child to open up sometimes can be a very difficult thing in and of itself.
Absolutely. And what I like to use is this example. I've got two boys. I'm not going to name them, but one of them is a talker. I'm cooking, he's talking, telling me everything that's going on. The other son likes to talk when we're playing basketball or on a walk or running around in the backyard. So find where your kid is, meet your kid where they are again. Figure out, when does my kid like to talk to me? Do they like to talk to me when we're on in the car heading somewhere and it's not like face to face, but they can open up because we're just in the car? Figure out where your kid likes to talk to you and ask them, ask questions.
I like that, Donna. Wherever they want to be, whatever is their comfortable spot. Donna, thank you so much for joining us again. We'll see you on Monday, but we do want to remind everyone that if you have questions for Donna, you can send them to us, or you can send us a video of yourself asking the question to kidsunderconstruction@abc4.com. And we'll probably get to those questions here on TV. And if you want to have more information from Donna, you can check out her podcast. That's online at abc4.com, right there on the homepage. And then don't you forget, she'll be here with us on ABC4 News at 4 every Monday and Friday. Donna, thank you so much. So much great information as always. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Emily.
And
Have
we
a great
wish you a
weekend.
happy weekend.
Thanks.